the Royal Rumble. The most watched WWE PLE last year on Netflix is still the most anticipated wrestling show of the year. Some might say even more than WrestleMania. The anticipation, the overly anticipated fantasy booking, the returns. We will talk about those reported surprise returns. Yeah, we're getting into all of it. The Royal Rumble. I'm Kevin Callum. I want your predictions in the comments below. Come on, step up. You think you know something? Let's hear it. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and let's get ready to, yeah, we're going there. The Women's Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh setting the scene. A makeshift 30,000 capacity stadium will be built for this. An odd scenario for the women, as sometimes it is culturally, to perform. You'll see different outfits. It'll be the number one thing people are talking about. When the women come out, it'll look different, but we've seen women perform in WWE's arrangement with Saudi Arabia for some years now. But what about the Rumble match itself? Surprises? Sure, I expect some. We'll talk about some of those before the end of this video. But who wins this thing? It feels very wide open. A lot of big names have been added to the list for the women, specifically just recently. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are back in the mix. Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, so that's Judgment Day. Asuka gonna be in there. Lila Valkyria, Jordan Grace will be in there. She's been in it before. Becky Lynch just confirmed. Nasty Natty. I think Natalya's gonna mess some people up in this match. I don't see her winning, but I do see her lasting a very long time. But who wins it? Feels very wide open. Extremely wide open. I think it'd be funny if Chelsea Green was the winner. I think she's put a lot of work in this year to win it and could be a surprise pick to win it, but also one where people would go like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know some people want to see a big baby face like a Rhea Ripley get it, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. I do see some tag teams, though, in this breaking up. Some of the female tag teams are absolutely going to break up in this match. That'll be the big moment. Let's talk about those big matches and maybe the biggest storyline and the biggest consequence at the Royal Rumble that isn't a Rumble match. AJ Styles putting his career on the line against the career killer, Gunther, the Ring General. I think this is the best storyline at this year's Royal Rumble. Outside of the Rumble matches, I think it is a huge selling point. I loved AJ Styles and CM Punk this week. Outside of Finn Balor interfering, Finn Balor, maybe he does something in the Rumble match. Yeah, this is the year to do it, buddy. But also, you look at what AJ Styles was doing with Shinsuke Nakamura. They're reminding you how great of a performer he is. But there was some news that got out from Shinsuke Nakamura specifically. We kind of like loosely talked about, AJ Styles told me he will have his last matches in 2026, which is now a very public thing. WWE's highly, highly acknowledging it. It's a part of the storyline. They do this very good sit-down interview with Gunther, who retired Goldberg. He brought it up. He retired John Cena, one of the most debated matches of last year. And now he's in a position to retire AJ. This is becoming his thing. Do they go with it? Is this the time to do it? And then you have him, have these huge matches on the way out, and they kind of allude to it. I think if you're having a heel win the Rumble on the male side, you got to give the fans a happy moment, and that might be AJ finding a way to get out of this match. Something makes me think Gunther continues to be a villain, and you got to have a villain you want to see lose a big match at WrestleMania, and you got to make a villain look strong at Royal Rumble in some way to be defeated at WrestleMania. Sadly, I think Gunther retires AJ Styles. Drew McIntyre, that no good SOB, sleazing his way out of 3 stages of hell and cheating Cody Rhodes out of the WWE Championship. Some people loving a new WWE champion, but a lot of odd backlash to some people claiming Sami Zayn is going to challenge him for the title. He won the Saturday night's main event Fatal 4-8 #1 contender match in his hometown of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Quebecois. And so you have a guy who comes into this match with a Middle Eastern background, and you've seen the crowds in Saudi Arabia really respond to Drew. And I think Sami is a valiant babyface. He has been saying this is the year he finally becomes a world champion. I just don't see it in this match. I see some elaborate shenanigans. I see a real dusty finish, if you will. Drew McIntyre doesn't win clean, but Drew McIntyre leaves Riyadh with the WWE title. Maybe Sami Zayn chasing him into WrestleMania for that belt. Or maybe Sami Zayn in the Royal Rumble later on that night. All right, so let's get to the men's Rumble match. Yeah, maybe the match that's going to have a lot of debate about it. Now, You have a lot of big names in this, from Jey Uso, who's going to be in the match, Dragon Lee, Penta, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll talk about Jacob in a minute. Cody Rhodes declaring that he wants to win his third Royal Rumble, and other people just really highlighting this week, especially after it was confirmed he will be there by WWE in video packages. No word from him, but Roman Reigns has declared for the Royal Rumble. He will be treated like a wrestling god and king. And I know there's a lot of people that love Roman Reigns and miss Roman Reigns. And I think Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble is expected. Is it too expected? Yeah. Is that too expected? Is that just too convenient? Does he need it? No. Does he need another world title match at WrestleMania? No. But him winning, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just don't think it's a great idea. But Roman Reigns is the safe bet, and I do think one of these Rumble matches you will get the safe bet. You will get somebody that makes a lot of sense. Him going into WrestleMania season, challenging for a title. Who's it going to be? It could be quite interesting. We talk about this in a recent video about the backstage back and forth about Roman wanting a certain WrestleMania 42 match and maybe WWE and Triple H and his creative team wanting something else. Check out that video on our channel. But let's talk surprises. Surprises for the Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho. I think Jericho doing this, not showing up in Toronto, not showing up on the WWE shows in Canada. He's a big Canadian name. It does make some sense for him to show up. It's a big money payday to be in a Royal Rumble match, especially in Saudi Arabia. I thought maybe he wouldn't do the Rumble thing, but if he shows up in the Rumble and he's back in WWE, it feels right. Confirmed by WWE, I think in a video package tonight on Monday Night Raw, Oba Fami. He will wreck some people. He will do the Kane big monster thing in the middle of the match. LA Knight returning in the Rumble makes a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense. He wants revenge on the Vision. All of the Vision will be in the match, but maybe another guy who's been laid out by the Vision returns. Seth frickin' Rollins comes back from that shoulder injury. We don't know the level of the severity. This would be the way to do it. Even if he can't go all the way, you can get in a Rumble, get a little physical, cost one of those guys their Rumble opportunity and a ticket to Mania, and set up some bigger things for maybe when he can go and give you a full-fledged match. Another big possible surprise return is on the women's side. Paige. Yes, Saraya Knight has not ruled out a WWE return. Obviously, she returned to pro wrestling in AEW. I think her returning in the women's match would be huge. We know there's big returns out there. I want to hear your prediction. Who can return at the Royal Rumble? Who can win the Royal Rumble? Who needs to win the Royal Rumble? You let me know in the comments below. Come on, I want to hear you. Share the link or you stink. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling.